There for this video, I will present to you my examples of one-to-one and onto functions. First, let us determine the one-to-one and onto function. One-to-one function shows that each x in the domain has exactly one image in the range. In this photo, f of x is a one-to-one function as every element in the domain has exactly one image in range, while g of x is not because -4 and 4 has the same image in range, which means 16 was used more than once. Onto function. Onto function shows that all the possible images in the codomain were used. That is, for each element y in the codomain y, there exists at least one element x in the domain x. Note that it is not required that x should be unique. So from these two photos, the elements in the domain of f of x has exhausted all the images in codomain. G of x is not an onto function because b sub 2 has no corresponding element in the domain. It does not matter if the image in the domain or the image in the codomain was used more than once, but each element of it must correspond to at least one element in the domain. Let us have an example of one-to-one and onto function. Each Southeast Asian capital city corresponds to exactly one Southeast Asian country. This is a one-to-one and onto function because there is no country in Southeast Asia that has the same capital city. Another example is the mapping of f from rational number to non-zero real numbers where f of x is equal to 3x minus 1. This is a one-to-one as each element in the domain has a unique image in the codomain. Also, all the possible images in codomain were used, as you can see on the image. Next, one-to-one but not onto function. A person has personal cell phone number but not all people have personal cell phone number. This is a one-to-one function because there is no person who has the same personal cell phone number with another person. But it is not onto function because not all people has personal cellular number like Balthasar. Another example is the mapping of f from integers to real numbers where f of x is equal to 2 raised to x plus 1. This is a one-to-one function as there is exactly one image of x in y, but it is not onto because not each y value has image on x. This function can never have an image on y from 0 and below. Onto but not one-to-one function. Each major in education course has corresponding education course, but undergraduate education courses may have one or more major programs. For this example, it is onto function because all elements in y were exhausted and each element of x has a corresponding image in y, but this is not one-to-one because some majors have the same education course. Another example is the mapping of f from real numbers to real numbers where f of x is x cubed minus 2x squared plus 1. Every possible image in y has been used, so it is onto function. However, it is not one-to-one function because there are elements that were used more than once. Neither onto function nor one-to-one function. Our example here illustrates Asian countries starting with the vowel letter for our domain, and the regions of Asia for the codomain. This is not a one-to-one function because Afghanistan and Uzbekistan are from Central Asia as Iran, Iraq, Israel, Azerbaijan, Armenia, UAE, and Oman are from Western Asia. This is not an onto function as well because East and Northern Asia do not have a corresponding element in X or where images in Y were not all used. And our last example is here. the mapping of f from real numbers to real numbers where f of x is equal to 2 raised to x minus 3x. It is neither one-to-one nor onto function because there are elements of x that have the same image in y and not all possible images in y were used. And that's all. Thank you for watching.